As always, welcome back to a new video, everybody. I'm really excited about this one because not only am I going to take you inside my dividend growth portfolio, I'm going to show you a few of the companies I'm invested in, what brokerage I use to invest, all of that good stuff. So without wasting any more time, let's get to it. Welcome everybody to my portfolio. This is my actual dividend growth investing portfolio, the main one. As you guys can see, I have about $4,000 in the portfolio as of right now. My goal is to get it to around 10 to 15,000 by the end of 2020. So hopefully I can pass that goal, which is the plan. I actually started the portfolio not too long ago, last November. So about 2 to 3 months, give or take. And I've been funding it ever since. As you guys can see, I put about $200 every week in the portfolio. Sometimes I put a little bit more. It just really depends. As you guys can see, these are my baskets where I have my companies stored in. Of course, in the real estate basket, I have real estate companies. I have Realty Income Corp, Simon Property Group. These guys own most of the malls in the United States. LTC Properties invests in retirement homes. Federal Realty Investment Trust actually buys a whole bunch of shopping centers with grocery stores anchored to those shopping centers. And if we check out here, Federal Realty Investment Trust, we can take a look that they've actually been paying dividends for over 50 years, if I'm correct. There you go. Yeah, over 50 years they've been paying their dividends. If we check the dividend history, beautiful. Look at this. Continued growth year over year, which is what I like to see. Now, this is my real estate pie. I've actually just added Federal Realty Investment Trust, which is why I have about $35 of my money in it. And I've been paid thus far $3.11 in dividends. Like I said earlier, I just recently opened the account about 2 months ago, give or take, and I have about $18.86 in dividends as of right now. We can actually take a look at the dividends here. Boom. Last time I got paid was January the 15th. I actually own about 28 different holdings. So as of right now, the dividends are being paid out a little bit slower. Sometimes they get paid out more, sometimes they get paid out less. It really just depends on the month. But as you guys can see here, I have the dividend payments. $1.50 from Cardinal Health. I have $3 from a bond ETF that I own. Realty Income Corp is close to paying me about $1 pretty soon. And what I'm going to do with all of that money is it just goes right back into my account. Goes right back into my dividend growth investment account. Pretty soon the payments that I'll be getting from the companies is actually going to be compounding and growing on itself. As you guys can see here in my finance pile, I have Main Street Capital, JP Morgan, one of the largest banks in the United States, Bank of America, Aflac, they do insurance, and these last two are actually Canadian banks, the biggest Canadian banks actually. They've been paying dividends for quite a while as well. And then if we go lower, I have my healthcare companies. I have Cardinal Health, Johnson & Johnson, of course, probably one of my favorites actually. They've been paying dividends for over 50 years. Amgen is another one. AbbVie is a little bit more risky. They make most of their money from one pharmaceutical product. I can't remember the name. I think it was like Humor or something like that. They are planning on diversifying, which is why I do have it as a holding as of right now. Who knows? It could become a really even bigger company pretty soon. So that's why I do still have it as a holding. Next up, I have my consumer pile. I did kind of mess up on my consumer pile. I mean, all of these companies are great companies. Don't get me wrong. You know, your Pepsi's, your Procter & Gamble's, Coca-Cola, Walmart. All of these companies are great. The only thing I did mess up on was that I added way too many. If you guys notice, on all of my other holdings, I have about 2 to 4. And my consumer pile, I have, I think, 7 as of right now. And that's way too much. If you guys notice, none of these holdings have $100 or more in them. I'm basically just stretching my money thin, especially right now since my portfolio is not worth very much. Like I said before, it's only worth about $4,000. But my consumer pile is solid. All of these companies are stable, solid, profitable companies, which I like. But like I said, I'm stretching my money thin, if I'm being honest with you guys. I have way too many holdings in the consumer pile. And then if we go down to telecom, I only have 2, Verizon and AT&T. AT&T and Verizon are just solid companies. They own a whole bunch of assets. AT&T, to my knowledge, has quite a bit of debt, but they are planning on paying it off because they have the assets for it. So I'm okay with that. I just wanted to make this video to, take you guys through a quick little skim for my portfolio. I will make a separate video in the future talking about each individual pie that I have here. For example, my real estate pie, my bond pie, my finance pie, etc. And I'm also looking into making a video about how I actually research my individual companies and how I look for solid, stable companies. I think that could be pretty helpful for you guys. So if you guys are excited, stay tuned for that and take care. I really hope you guys enjoyed going through my portfolio, looking at what companies I'm invested in, and what brokerage I use, all of that stuff. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.